Yes, we're waiting for the B24 now. 10:10 is the next bus depart, and I'm gonna get to the bridge at 10:45, and I'm gonna finish up my shots. But we're not gonna get off at the bridge. We're gonna get off like stop way like about 5 minutes from the bridge. So that's what we're doing next. So let's go. Next location, rolling in. Get my shit on the rope. We on that shit rolling. See, roll down the lines. I tell people working out with me, I ain't lose confidence. I worked out, and my improvement right here. But tell the improvement of working out is that I don't sit down in bars and drink and do all that and eat fast food. Nah. Everybody asks me how I did this. I cut down certain things. When I started this job, bro, I was like hold on, I'm gonna take a picture of this. So I was 264 pounds when I first started this gig. And now, yeah, to be honest, my belly was let me tell you this. Let me be honest with you, bro. My belly was that big on my shirts, like right there. That's how my belly was in my shirt, that big. And everybody was walking down the block. They was like, "Oh, you look like you're pregnant." I said, "I ain't pregnant, it's just fat." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was like, "Nah, I'm not pregnant. Like I'm a heterosexual man. How can I be pregnant if I can't push out no baby down there? My down there don't work." You know what I'm saying? And people ask me, "Why?" I was like, "Why your belly look like that? You pregnant?" I said, "No, I'm not. Like you not. Like why are you asking me if I'm pregnant? How could I be pregnant? Like you know?" And my belly not that big enough for me. So, so the laughing things like this, huh? I make people laugh, so I'm gonna make them laugh more. So, yeah. So, they ask me why my belly looks so big, like they think I'm pregnant. But want my baby mother nephew feel laugh. All right, so when we start this job in 2022, right? We started in February. They asked me, say, "Why your belly look so bad? Why your belly look so big? You're pregnant?" I said, "I'm not pregnant. How come I be pregnant? But down there part don't work. It can't push out none." You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, yeah. So it was like, they asked me that same question. Why you? And I was like, no, it's just fat. Like I'm bloating, Yeah. So, I had to do something about my weight, man. I had to do something about my diet. I had to change up my diet, you feel me? I had to do something about my weight. For me to get better, I had to do something about my weight. I told HRA I ain't want no sitting in, I'm not going to no, I don't want to get no job. I don't want to sit at no desk. I just want to walk with a camera in my hand and start doing content career. HRA said, go ahead and do that. We pay you with your checks you get every month. Do that. I said, all right. I started the job in 2022. I earned about $50 doing this work. First day. I said, first day on the job, they sent me an assignment. And the assignment that I had to do was an assignment that was far out. You know what I'm saying? And I started the shift. I was like, all right. They gave me a midday shift. Like I start the shift early and I get done at 7 o'clock. And then they gave me like different shifts that I started out. So I started out with the 4 to 7 shift. I said, nah, that's not money making right there. And I said, nah, it was not making right there. It was not making money, and it was not making nothing for me. Bro, I said, nah. I said, put me in the later shift. I said, put me in the 9 to 12 shift. Bro, put me in the 9 to 12 shift. I said, this is the money making, right? This is money. I started my shift from 8 to 11. They put me in the 8 to 11 shift. I liked the shift. I said, it make me money. So I started making a lot of money, started gaining a lot of subscribers, gaining a lot of views from that shift. So I've been working this shift for I worked this shift for 6 years. And I've been making a lot of money from the shift. I said, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Listen, I'm going to do it. I said to myself, I'm going to do it and I'm going to make the money. I'm going to do it. I went and I did it. I went from $100 to $500 in 6 months. Then from 500 to about 800 in 7 months. And then in a year, I made 1,000 in 1 year. So it's kind of like, yeah. So now I'm up to $1,183 now. So that's from the shift that I've been doing, and the starting off the shift. So that's kind of like a good shift for me, you know. You work the hours, you make the money, you win until you go home, and you make the hours, and you do what you can, and you're gonna make the hours right here. And once you make the hours, you do good with the money. So it's not saying that you make the hours and you're doing good with it. You're making the hours, you do better with it, and you just have to learn to what do you call it? You gotta learn how to lower your diet and your intake and all that shit. So I started lowering my diet and my intake. Man, the diet and the intake was working out for me fine. You know, working it out, getting better, doing the improvement, making it good. You know, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the money. I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna make some progress, and I'm gonna make that progress looking good for me. Make the progress working. The progress was working very fine, and everybody liked my work. They was like, everybody like it. I started out in Brooklyn. This is how I started. I started out in Brooklyn, and then I transferred from Brooklyn to Queens. And then when I transferred out of Brooklyn, I moved to Queens. My shift started in Queens. And then I went from Queens to New Rochelle, and then I went to the Bronx. And then from the Bronx, I went to Mount Vernon. And then from Mount Vernon, I went to Connecticut. So it was like the whole thing started traveling, making money. And I'm actually going back to Connecticut in October. So yeah, it's right after the event. I think it's the 4th. No, the 5th actually, the Monday. I'm going back to Connecticut on Monday, the 5th. So yeah, I'm relocating there. I ain't telling my friends I'm relocating to Connecticut, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of content creating. I'm moving my business out there too as well. So that's kind of good, you know. Yeah. So that's kind of experience for me, you know, and working hard, getting it done, you know, and try to build from that experience. So that's kind of good, you know. So yeah, so it's kind of like a good experience for me. Walking down the damn block. I walked 2.1 miles, and let's see how this block gonna work me out. 2.6 miles. So it not 6.3 miles. It's 2.6 miles. It ain't 45 miles. It's 2.6 miles. So that's kind of a good thing. So yeah, I'm relocating to Connecticut, and I'm gonna be out there, and I'm gonna be doing big things, and you know, big things are going, and big business is gonna be going for me, and we're making money. You know, this is a start. You know, the event on October 3rd is a start, and we're gonna make some dreams happen. You know. So we here in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I'm about to hop on this 24, and we're gonna get it done. You feel me? So let's get this work, and let's make this money, and we're gonna make it happen. Feel me? And we out. I said, okay, I'm out.